Hello and welcome to today's episode on Diesel Daydreamer. I have decided to make this episode about heavy haul and a heavy haul mod and how to hook up more than one truck tractor or prime mover in a daisy chain effect so that you can have a large convoy. Follow me and we'll have a look. Effectively, most people have done this. We've got your truck tractor, a dolly perhaps, and your low loader loaded up, and that's it. All your stuff. But on a Facebook group for Farming Sim related mods, somebody asked, how do you get the heavy haul done? And I promptly piped up and said, oh, use a drawbar mod. And I know that AlexCom Mods from Australia has got one in his Australian heavy haul pack. And I thought I'd try figure it out and show it in this video. So what I've done is I've got AlexCom's Volvo prime movers here. As you can see, I've worked out 3 of them, road train configuration, 500 horsepower apiece, 5 axles, pretty heavy duty, nice for this heavy haul thing. And I think to connect them together, I would use the drawbar. It's part of his packs, and there we have it. That's it. Keep it red because all the rigs are blue, so we'll try to stand it out. And let's go back to the rigs. We will try another one that I also found, which is I think a lizard drawbar, tow bar. It will come under miscellaneous and the trailers if you ever do download it from the mod hub. It is just a little further on amongst all my many mods. Bear with, it's almost there. Almost. Too much there. There we go, got it. Komiya tow bar. There we go. So we will have those two and try use them, because I'm certain that at some point in the past, in the year and a half I've been playing FS22, I have used one of these to hook up more than one prime mover or semi-tractor to a trailer to haul them around. So let's quickly hop into this one and see what we can do. Going to just run this one around and pop the weight pack on the back. Just put into heavy haul configuration as we see them on the road in real life when they link up together for their abnormal super heavy loads. Quickly do a advanced traversing show off maneuver, pardon the pun. And we'll hook this one up the back end of the drawbar as if this one's going to get towed. Or should I pull it to the front? Let's go to the front because it's already in heavy haul config. And we want to hook a trailer onto the one being towed, so we'll keep that semi-truck config. So we'll put this one at the AlexCom drawbar, hit X as we do for any other trailer, it connects up. Now hooking the second truck tractor up, we'll need a different key bind, but we'll pull this one around quick. I think we'll just hook up a trailer. Shall I go? No, we want a trailer, not the heavy haul weight. Pardon me for faffing around. Let's just go back, hook a trailer. I think it is the one closest to me now. There we go, the first one. We'll start with that one. Pull up, connect, run round, just go around the block quick and get into position. So the basic theory is you pull one truck up to the one with the drawbar, hook them up, get into the lead truck and just drive off, and the second one should follow as if it is part and parcel of the first truck. They're connected, so we'll hit X to connect the prime mover, not Q as you see in other ones. So there we go, X. You'll notice, if you look carefully, I'll just zoom around, and you'll notice when we connect the drawbar, the second truck, the one being towed, the front wheels change direction, because you'll notice they're not lined up straight. So X to disconnect, look at the front wheels, X connects. Now you know they're in sync, they're connected. If I take my first one, drive off, the second one should, in theory, follow me around. But something's not right here. That speed's not going up. This thing's dragging a dead weight. That second truck's not doing what it should. So this is not right. And I know guys, I've had this issue before, which is why I'm doing the video, because I've got to figure out how I did it before. So let's go back to the second truck, unhook the trailer. So I've just got first truck, second truck, and suddenly they move. So the theory here, and this is my theory, not the official theory, is that the drawbar is for a tow rescue type of operation when the vehicle is broken down, not for heavy hauling. This one seems to be following left, right, up, slow, speed up, slow down. There's no issue with it. So I'm going to park it up here quick, just a sec. Disconnect the towed truck, disconnect the lead truck, pull it forward because something is just not right. I will position this one so we can get the second drawbar in position and try that one. Maybe this was the one I used. Being a different modest product, it might just have a different effect. Just ignore the red drawbar, drive over it, doesn't matter. Gonna fetch our trailer. Let's see, gently reverse and ram ourselves into that trailer. So I'm trying to meet up with the expectation of all you guys that do your very specific role play, not just game for sake gaming, but to actually live in the game and do your role play effectively. This has got to be done somehow. I know it's possible because I have done it. So we'll try drawbar number 2. Let's just position ourselves, run back quickly. I've got this little skip on the side there for a very particular reason. Bear with while we just quickly don our gloves, wriggle around. We shall pick it up using a quick cheat of super strength there and bend the thing. It's not going to do the job, not going to keep it. There it is. Toss it in the rubbish, scrap metal now. Running back to our lead truck. Let's jump in. Go hook the drawbar. Let's just position it nicely. I'm not lined up very well because I had the trailer there, didn't I? Here we go. Reverse, swing around, hard left. Oh, not quite there. Reverse, and got it. There we go. Q to connect like any normal trailer. Zap. Into the truck to be towed. Let's roll forward just so we get to the end of the tow bar. But there we go. That should do quite nicely. Back in the lead truck. X to connect. Again, let's just check his front wheels. 1, 2, 3, done. There we are. So drawbar number 2. Let's roll. Same thing again. And this has me perplexed now because I really thought this would do the trick. One of these two was it. So at this stage, let's just do a second run, just like the first drawbar. It's for breakdown recovery, not for heavy hauling. That's quite disappointing. So what we're going to do now is we'll pull this truck up. It is at this point in the recording where I remembered something I'd forgotten. It's in the mod hub somewhere. I'm just going to quickly pull this one around and toss this one in the bin. I don't know, lying around like a piece of rubbish that we will never use again. At least not in this sense. Pop out, toss it in the bin to join its little red friend. They can have a pity party by themselves that they're just not good enough. 1, 2, 3, yeet. Done. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly connect all these bits and bobs of truck and trailer together. I'm just going to pull this trailer back into its little parking spot, because what I've set up here, we got the 3 Volvo prime movers. We have 3 side tip quad axle trailers. We've got 2 quad axle 5th wheel link dollies, which you'll see just to the left of the 2 trailers parked up in the row of trailers. We've got 1 3-axle drawbar dolly, and then we've also got the 3 weights that will go into the back of each prime mover. So my theory here is to take 3 truck tractors, 3 trailers, 3 dollies. That's 9 individual units linked up together and be controlled by the very front truck. But the drawbars aren't it, and I believe there is a mod out there. I'm going to work it out in a second, I'll show you. It is a towing chain mod. Not quite real life realistic in terms of it being a drawbar, solid, firm. The truck's sort of engine, brake and linked together. But in terms of roleplay gaming, I think this is the one that did the trick. So let me set things up first. I am going to pull my trailers around. I'm going to fast forward the next section because then just watch me for 10 minutes hauling trailers around, but I'm going to link the trailers up. We'll do a walkthrough past all the trailers when they're finished, and then I'll get the tow chain out and show you how we link it all up. Bear with. At this point, I was going to hook up the 3-axle drawbar dolly when I realized, hang on a sec, let's just do a quick test run of this configuration. So here's a quick walkthrough. So we've got trailer number 1 hooked to a dolly, 5th wheel dolly, that's hooked to a trailer number 2, another dolly, 5th wheel, hooked to trailer number 3. This is a pretty long configuration, loads and loads of axles. Looks like a pretty decent example of a heavy haul rig. So when you hook up the prime mover, just to test what it's like running with a single truck tractor, pulls away just fine, 15 mile an hour already. Gonna just run around the block and park up in the same position. Not the easiest trick to reverse in my humble opinion. So almost 30 mile an hour, pretty good running. Take the corner wide, we don't knock over the lamppost, and down the road, park it up. So what we'll do next is we'll get this truck tractor disconnected, put on the heavy haul weight, hook up the dolly, get ourselves the chain and hook the two together. Now I did do a bit of research and I did realize that the chain has got a couple of additional commands that make it slightly awkward. So let's quickly go find it. And what the shop here will show you is that it's just a single chain. I think there's 3 different lengths. There they are, there they are. So we'll take 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 meter. We'll take the 2.5. Seems a fair enough, decent mid-range length. It's a chain, red on the one end, easy peasy. So let's go and there we go. What we're going to do? Pull this one slightly out the way, I think, because the chain is in between those two trucks. There we go. So truck number 2, let's give him the chain. So there's loads of different key binds here to operate. So Q has to hook a normal trailer. It's hooked up to the back of the truck. You'll see it dangling around, doing a nice little chain animation. And we'll run it to the front of the Volvo that's hooked to the trailers. Now I want to do this in the proper thing of adding an extra dolly, so I'm going to take that Volvo, ditch the trailer, let's get in there. Oh, no, not yet, let's not ditch the trailer yet. So I'm going to hold all forward, run it. So here you come outside the two trucks. You're physically standing in between the rigs. Leader, towed, open up the little menu. So that's keybind F1 on PC. You get the little menu there. So what you want to check, steering mode, auto only. That's important. Then what you do is you walk up to your truck, stand there. You'll notice there's a little 1 on the chain, disconnected. There's a hidden second part, which if you press Z, keybind Z for the rest of the world, Z for the Americans, suddenly you see, oh hang on, what's connected now is a hook. You'll notice it's also got the little number 1 there. It's so far away to the game, it's connected, but as you see I've just moved it by holding down left alt and using numpad number 8 and number 5, move it backwards, forwards. Keys 7 and 9 will move it up and down. So we get the hook into position on the truck after pressing Z. Then you press X to connect the chain to the truck. Now remember the drawbars, X connected the drawbar to the truck, but did it from inside the lead vehicle. For this one you have to be outside the vehicle. Hit F1 for the menu. You'll notice controls. You hold down Alt, and there's a number of keypad things there. What you want to make sure of is to press B and Y. I'm just dropping down that hook there. So by pressing B and Y, you will activate the truck's steering follow action and the motor pulling action. As if the engine's on. I'm going to leave it off for now so you can see what happens if you do not activate the steering and the motor. Truck number 1, we're going to pull it down and see what's going to happen. You'll notice it's just like with the drawbars. There's no speed, there's no steering. That truck just went straight in the direction it was pointed, even though I was trying to pull it to the left. So you make sure using key G, you cycle through all your connections. Obviously you've got the truck, you've got the weight, and you've got the chain hooked up. Make sure the chain is actively selected. Hit Y, hit B, and as you go you suddenly see huge difference. Suddenly lead truck's being followed by the truck being towed. They're both running in tandem with their motors. We're up to 17 miles an hour here. It works. We have 2 trucks pulling a total of 6 trailers if you count the 3 dollies. It's a brilliant hookup. So we're going to quickly run around the block, park it up, and then see if we can hook up the 3rd Volvo, effectively running 2 chain connections. And that, if it works well, will give you the ultimate heavy haul mod cheat, effectively, because it's not officially a heavy haul mod. It's using something that's available in game for the breakdown recovery type scenario. Let's park this one up there. we will disconnect the chain from the second truck. Got to hop out, remember. So Z to disconnect. Snap. Oh, we forgot to press B and Y, so run back to the first truck. And once we're in the first truck, we've got to disconnect the steering and the motor actions. Get out the truck, run back to the follower. Z to disconnect the hook. X to disconnect. Oh, I didn't turn off that, did I? Back to truck number 1. Hop in. Turn it off. There we go. Now it's off. Run back to the chain. Disconnect chain. Excellent. Let's run this one forward. Make space. Pull the second one out. That should do the trick. Leave the trailers behind. And now we will put the weight on the back because it's a drawbar on that first dolly, so it kind of fits the whole image of a real world heavy haul rig. The weights also in the real world weigh down the drive axles so that power is more effectively applied to the rig, and the drawbar dolly is there to carry more weight, so the weight's not pressing down on truck tractor. So swing around, pull it in. When I recorded this, I got stuck on the ledge here and lost drive action, so to move forward couldn't reverse all the way, so frustratedly pull it all forward, swing around and try again. There we go. Run it back, don't knock truck 1, swing it in gently, and boom, we're in. Line it up to truck 2, so ultimate zigzag reverse move. I'm not going to turn the camera on so you can see how awful those look. So let's run onto the chain, and as before we will throw on the hook, position it using Alt keybind, like a touch a truck, drop it down so it's more or less the correct position. I think it was that. Hook up the chain, and now we'll just make sure that the motor control and steering controls are activated as they should be, being automatically controlled by the lead truck. So there we go, that's all set, and now we can run over and get the next rig. Check it out. Yep, seems to be alright. There we go, truck number 3 needs a chain, so you just go back, grab the chain. It's a long way down the list, so we'll quickly race across. TLX tow bars first. There we go, slip back, and 2.5. Snag it. Yep. So notice the red end on the chain. Important to note, the front of the tow chain is the red end. So if you do use this to hook up, don't hook up on the opposite end first, because it's backwards. It's not going to work. I haven't tried it, but I'm going to assume it's not going to work. There we go. Run this one around to our ever-growing rig. Slowly pulling because I want to make sure that chain lies nice and straight and doesn't tug up under the wheels as you've just seen it fling around there. That should do. Yeah, right. Run what's now truck number 2 up to the chain, and we'll repeat the process. What you'll notice now is that this chain has a number 2 on it, and it's the second of our 2 tow chains. And it's important to note when you do controls, if you go into F1, there's a flashy bit on the menu there. you can flip between the two chains. So if you're doing controls, make sure you've got the right chain selected. There's number 1 there, that's not what we want. That's the green number 1. There we go. So now we have got the hook connected, chain connected. Just position that hook so it looks nice and neat and tidy, which we will get done. And now hop into truck number 1. Steering mode on auto, engine mode on auto. Here we go. The ultimate test. Will this actually work? And good grief, it does. There we go. 3 rigs, 7 horsepower apiece, combined 1.5 horsepower, 5k horsepower. It is a 9 unit rig, not counting the weights on the back of the rigs. There you go. The heavy haul cheat mod works using towing chains. I'm really happy I managed to figure this out. Get the answer the guys have been asking for. Maybe a modder out there who's really skilled at what they do take it upon themselves to get a heavy haul pack that will work, because one thing this does not allow us to do is have a 4th rig at the very back to act as the traditional pusher, because quite often you'll have 2, maybe 3 at the back pulling, at the front pulling, and 1 at the back pushing, but you need drawbars for that. This little chains, you can't push with the chain. There you have it, folks. A heavy haul mod hack that should help you with your roleplay situations.